Programming brought to you by AWI Networks, Smarter Internet.
Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Scott Beadle. As monsoon-type rains swept through southern Utah over the weekend and into the beginning of this week, Kane County search and rescue crews responded to 2 separate incidents involving hikers caught in flash flooding. In the first incident, a group of 7 hikers became stranded in Buckskin Gulch Saturday evening after heavy rains hit the area and caused a large flash flood. Emergency crews were able to safely extract all 7 hikers on Sunday. They were then transported to a hospital for medical evaluation. Kane County Search and Rescue responded to a similar incident on Monday evening when a group of 6 hikers got caught in another flash flood in the North Fork area. One injured hiker was flown by Utah Highway Patrol to Hurricane Municipal Airport, then transported by ambulance to the hospital. The extent of the hikers' injuries were unknown. The rest of the hikers were helped back to the trailhead by responding personnel. Governor Gary Herbert announced in July the 25K Jobs Tour of rural Utah. It's organized in partnership with World Trade Center Utah and 20 economic development partners. The tour is part of the governor's initiative to create 25,000 jobs in 25 rural communities outside of the Wasatch Front over the next 4 years. The 25K Jobs Tour started on July 17th in Box Elder and Cache counties and continues Wednesday with events in Washington and Beaver counties before moving on to Iron County on Thursday. The tour will stop in each rural Utah county for a half day of food, networking, and activities for all ages. Delivering food for a good cause. As part of the USDA's Feds Feed Families summer campaign, federal employees from the Dixie National Forest gathered and delivered, with the help of Smokey Bear, 463 pounds of food to the Iron County Care and Share. According to the Feds Feed Families website, the campaign was created to help keep food pantries stocked for the months of June through August, when traditional donations are typically lower, but the need is actually higher. Employees are asked to bring in non-perishable food items and place them in a container at their workplace. Tuesday's delivery comes a couple weeks after a more informal, spur-of-the-moment donation that took place around the culmination of the Brian Head Fire. A fundraiser to support Utah Honor Flight will take place Monday from 11 to 11 at Buffalo Wild Wings in St. George. Utah Honor Flight is a nonprofit organization that takes veterans to the District of Columbia to see memorials to their service. On September 28th, 8 veterans from southern Utah who served in either World War II or the Korean War will join 42 vets from northern Utah to participate in the Utah Honor Flight. Those interested in contributing to Utah Honor Flight, but who can't make it to Monday's event, can send donations to Utah Honor Flight, P.O. Box 42, Richfield, Utah 84701. Checks should be payable to Utah Honor Flight. A St. George businessman and Washington City resident will serve 90 days in jail, according to a sentencing agreement. This is after striking a deal with prosecutors in a case involving sex crimes at 2 local massage parlors. Brett Allen Labrum, 48, entered a guilty plea Monday to 2 felony counts of exploiting a prostitute, as well as 2 misdemeanor counts of operating a business without proper licensing, and 3 misdemeanor counts of sexual solicitation. As part of the plea deal, prosecutors agreed to drop 9 other charges against Labrum, including a felony count of forcible sex abuse and 8 misdemeanor charges. New allegations today about that infamous Trump Tower meeting between Donald Trump Jr. and several Russians with alleged ties to the Kremlin. The Washington Post reports the president dictated the first misleading statement about Don Jr. about the nature of that meeting. This latest bombshell comes as a new chief of staff takes the helm. Emily Rao has the story.
New White House Chief of Staff John Kelly's first order of business, calming the chaos in the West Wing.
He will do a spectacular job, I have no doubt.
The military man already exercising influence on day one with the resignation of White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci after less than 2 weeks on the job. But now, another crisis. ABC News confirming President Trump personally dictated the misleading initial statement released by Don Jr. to the New York Times, saying the meeting he, Jared Kushner, and former campaign chairman Paul Manafort had with several Russians with alleged links to the Kremlin was about adoptions and was not a campaign issue.
The president didn't sign off on anything. He was coming back from the G20. The president wasn't involved in that.
Trump's legal team then denying the president had any involvement. But sources for ABC News and The Washington Post are refuting that. Don Jr. later releasing the email chain which confirmed the meeting was campaign related and that he was told the meeting would be with a Russian government lawyer who had dirt on Hillary Clinton.
The idea that the president himself drafted a statement that was misleading, that's a big problem for the White House that's been trying to say he's not been involved.
Today, the White House insisting the president was not directly involved in writing the statement and that the original statement was accurate.
He certainly didn't dictate, but, you know, he, like I said, he weighed in, offered suggestion like any father would do.
Sanders calls the whole thing a PR stunt and a phony false narrative. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers has your Southern Utah forecast right after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
And welcome back, everyone. A good Tuesday evening to you. Made it back to 103 late this afternoon here in St. George. A couple degrees above that normal 101. Overnight lows are in the mid-70s, right where we should be for the first day of August. 75 degrees our low temperature. No rain here in St. George, but did see a few showers and a few thunderstorms around the area. Latest satellite and radar does show a few of those showers and thunderstorms basically right between St. George and Cedar City. But in the last hour or so, you have seen those start to die out across our area. Did see a few more rain showers down to our south in parts of northern Arizona as well. Looks like we'll keep at least some chances of isolated showers or thunderstorms in our forecast here the next couple of days as temperatures stay in the triple digits here in St. George. But as we get close to the weekend, may drop back into the upper 90s by about Saturday and Sunday with more threat of rain in the forecast. Here's a look at some of our high temperatures from today. 107 down in Vegas late this afternoon, 103 in Hurricane, 94 degrees the high temperature Cedar City, and 94 degrees also the high in Enterprise late this afternoon. Now for tonight, mainly clear skies out there. Again, isolated shower possible, really mainly before midnight. May see an isolated shower throughout parts of southern Utah. 60 degrees the overnight low in Cedar City, upper 70s to low 80s from Mesquite to St. George to Hurricane by early on Wednesday. And here's your Wednesday forecast for Cedar City, partly to mostly sunny skies. Again, the high temperature reaching close to 90, maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm around the afternoon. And for St. George, southern Utah, near 100. Once again, we'll go for triple digits with partly to mostly sunny skies and some isolated chances of rain in the forecast by the time we get to Wednesday afternoon. What else can we expect to see? A few isolated showers or thunderstorms around on Wednesday, really keeping that same threat of a few showers or thunderstorms on Thursday too. And one thing also we're going to keep around is some of the hot weather. Temperatures basically staying right where they should be this time of year, right near 100 to 102 degrees here the next couple of days. But by the weekend, again, may see temperatures drop back into the upper 90s with a little bit more cloud cover by Saturday and Sunday. Here's what it looks like on the surface map, a little green on the map, mainly through parts of Arizona, again, back to the southern parts of Nevada and into southern California as well. You can see not quite getting to St. George or southern Utah, but I still think we'll keep at least a threat. A few isolated showers or thunderstorms in the afternoon forecast for your Wednesday. High temperatures around Cedar City, close to 90, 91 in Enterprise. Partly to mostly sunny skies, west winds 5 to 10 for St. George, and southern Utah will go for 103 in Mesquite, 100 degrees. The high temperature here in St. George, 199 in Hurricane. Again, partly sunny skies, could see an isolated shower or thunderstorm in the forecast. Cedar City, 7-day forecast, better chance of rain for Thursday, upper 80s, and it looks like we'll keep temperatures in the low to mid 80s. As we head into the weekend, even early next week. But again, about every other day, seeing that chance of showers or thunderstorms around Cedar City. Now for St. George and southern Utah, yeah, really more of the same. Another chance of some rain on your Thursday. Temperature drop back in the 90s, though, upper 90s. As we head into the weekend, and we could be looking at, again, a shower or thunderstorm about every other day, the way it looks. Saturday, maybe once again Monday of next week, with those temperatures staying just slightly below where we should be this time of year.
All right, thank you, Chris. Still ahead, a girl leaves her mark on a home renovation project. Tennessee 2-year-old who went searching for her parents walked through wet concrete in her home's basement and right into the hearts of the internet. A construction company shared photos on Facebook showing little Isadora Millaway and that trail of footprints that she left through the basement of her family's home when she went looking for the folks. The girl's mom says she briefly considered leaving those footprints as a memento of Isadora's amusing misadventure, but she decided instead to do a pair of official keepsake footprints on the still wet floor.
Ah, what a cutie.
Oh yeah. Thanks for watching.
We hope you have a great night.